reason it's important to follow your purpose. A lot of people have jobs they don't like. This is something I've talked about many, many times. Most people do not like what they do. In fact, as a society, we have an acronym for it. It's called TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. Thank God it is the day of the week that I can finally not do my job, not do what I want to do. And there's a lot of conditioning around this to not do something that you love or not go for your purpose. I can only tell you, when I started teaching meditation back in the day, everybody told me it was a bad idea. And even some people these days might say that. And a lot of people that you trust, they'll tell you not to go for your dream, not to go for your purpose. It's actually quite common. And I think this is where self-awareness comes into play. You really have to understand yourself, know who you are, know what you want in life. And I don't know. I think that I'm not a big fan of this guy, but his name is Dr. Jordan Peterson. Probably have heard of him before. And he said, it's what goal would you justify? What goal would you set in your life to justify the inevitable suffering you will face? That's crazy. What goal would you set in your life to justify the inevitable suffering you'll face? I prefer to say, what goal would you set in life to justify the inevitable pain, like the inevitable pain you face? There's a lot of truth to that, Like, life's hard. And if you don't really do something or have a purpose, it makes it a lot harder. Now I want to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. Like, a lot of people watching this video might have kids. That said that if you don't have kids, you better find God. So it's like a lot of folks, you might have kids. Okay, great. So if you have kids, I think something great to do is like raise a better human than yourself. And that give somebody a lot of purpose and meaning to their life. Yeah. But even if you have a kid, let's say you have a kid, you raise the kid, wonderful. Then they move out. And there's a syndrome called empty nest syndrome. So what do you do then? So, and even like, say you have the kid, you have a job, and you retire, and you lose your sense of purpose. So I think whether whatever route you take, it's important to really understand what that is, what your purpose is. It reminds me of the book Man's Search for Meaning, Viktor Frankl. If a man has a big enough why, he can endure any kind of how. And also Marcus Aurelius talked about this a lot too. It's like, what are you going to do to get out of bed in the morning? This guy was talking about this literally like 1,600 years ago. You don't want to get out of bed in the morning. What do? Amazing. Amazing. I mean, we're still dealing with the same kind of problems that we were dealing with thousands of years ago. So the best way I could recommend to find your purpose is to make your purpose finding your purpose. I want to say that again. If you don't know what your purpose is, make your purpose finding your purpose. I'll never forget, I lived in China for 10 years. When I lived there, I didn't know what I was doing. I was just lost, looking for myself. But for some way, somehow, I said to myself, I'm going to make my passion finding my passion. And sure enough, I found it. But I really I made a deal with myself. I said, no matter what, I'm going to find my passion. No matter what happens, you got to find the passion. Have to. You have to. What else is there? You got to find something that's worth enduring. And then when you find it, you'll know. You'll know. So some people might be like, I might have found my passion, I'm not sure. You will know if you find your passion, if you find your purpose in life. It's so clear. At least for me, it was about bringing happiness to other people. Genuinely being able to solve people's problems, bring happiness, bring compassion to others. Now I know there's somebody probably watching this video like, yeah, okay, bald guy, you found your purpose, teaching meditation. Yeah, it worked out for you, or whatever the story is. You don't have to make a living off your purpose, your passion. You don't have to do that at all. Not necessary. You could. You don't have to. It's just like what lights you up, what gives you meaning, what brings you happiness. This is what I'm talking about. For some people, good old, I'm from South Louisiana, the Bible Belt. Good old Christian Catholic way of thinking is my purpose is to follow God. Wonderful. It's great. If that's your thing. It just depends. So I hope this video is helpful. I hope that you guys can hear me fine. I got a new mic. I'm going to try to put these out more often than not. For me, making these videos is very relaxing. I just pretend I'm talking to somebody at the end of my little stick here. And I'm talking to you. So feel free to subscribe, like, this provided any value. The ramblings of a young meditation teacher. And do what you love. Life's too short not to. Really, you have to do what you love. Shift it up sometimes. Always. Okay. Thank you. See you in the next one. Adios.